The League of Legends World Championships are finally upon us. I'm so hyped, and I thought there's no better time to put a little hype video out, ranking the world's best mid laners. Some of the mids on this list aren't actually at Worlds, some of them not even on competitive teams, but I thought I'd put a little list together, get some hype going, so enjoy.
Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll ride into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world's calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die.
That's it. That's my top 11 mid laners in the world right now, currently. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. If you guys have your own top 11, I'd like to hear it. Obviously, special mentions to Jensen and Pawn, who just missed out on the list. I think that they didn't quite cut it to be on the list, but I think they may become close, or Jensen may be able to prove himself at the World Championships. Just talking about how he came up with the list, I think there's 5 key aspects of a good mid laner. Number 1 is your micro or your game mechanics. Number 2 is your macro, more so your game knowledge, your decision making. Number 3 is your champion pool. How many champions do you play? Do you hold consistent? It kind of brings me to my number 4, which is your adaptability and versatility, which is kind of hard to rate, but I definitely think that a good mid laner should have different play styles, should be versatile, and have a bit of a flair. You know, they can pop off some games, other games they can play for their team. And the last one is consistency, which is probably the most important. I think to be a top tier mid laner, you have to be consistent, not just over one season, but several splits, sorry. And yeah, I just definitely think, just going through my list, Faker is still number 1. Faker and BDD are very close this split, but I think that Faker's consistency, his champion pool, definitely beats out BDD. He has a little bit more flair, I think, that Faker. BDD tried to pull it off with things like Zed this split, but it didn't really work out. He's been more hovering towards team-oriented champions. And you go down to Zhao, who he's just been popping off in China. I think he's definitely probably the best Chinese mid. Him and Scout are actually really close, but Zhao, who had some absolutely insane performances, so I had to put him above Scout. You got the best Western mid, Bjergsen. It's going to be really interesting to see how he goes. I think Bjerg definitely has... when it comes to versatility, I feel like he needs to prove himself on a couple more playstyles, on some assassins. He's been playing really control mage heavy recently. Then you got Rookie, who actually missed out on World Championships. Very unlucky. He couldn't carry his team. He had some great performances in his games, but he just couldn't carry. He couldn't do it, and I think that he definitely deserves to be on the list. He was ranked 1 and 2 in Korea just about a week ago, so I think that he has so much individual talent, but maybe needs to get on a better team or make something happen. Then you've got Crown. Now, Crown, I say last year, I would put him as number 2, but he's been in a bit of a slump lately. He hasn't really been performing. He's been super inconsistent, so I had to put him down. I think that he's been practicing super hard towards Worlds. He's been spamming, you know, 15 games of solo queue a day plus scrims. This guy has just devoted his life as of late. So I think that he is definitely one to look out for at the World Championships. If he can prove himself, I definitely think he's up for contention for, you know, top 3 mids. And you got Dopa. It's so hard for me to put Dopa in this list because he's never really played competitively properly. But I definitely had to include him. The only problem I have with him is, I guess, champion pool. He tries to limit his champion pool, I guess, to only 3 or 4 champions. If he wanted to, he could extend that, but you've kind of got to go off what he's been playing as of late. And then you've got things like, it's really hard to measure him with versatility and stuff like that when he doesn't play competitively. It's super hard to put non-competitive mids in the list. I think that when it comes to his mechanics, Dopa is not one of the best. I think Dopa probably wouldn't be top 10 when it comes to actual game mechanics. A lot of people hit me up, you know, oh, Dopa's rank 1, number 1 mid in the world. He's definitely not. He can't match people like Faker when it comes to 1v1 mechanics. I think game knowledge, he's at the top tier, but everything else lets him down a little bit. But his game knowledge and his consistency in solo queue is it's just why he gets rank 1 every season. And you got Xiaohe, I think that's how you pronounce it. He has solo queued Faker several times, but he definitely didn't pop off in the LPL this split. He's been struggling a little bit to carry games. And you've got Perks, the second best mid in the Western scene, I think. I love how Perks plays. He's very cocky, a very cocky mid laner. I love that in him, which kind of leads him to having great games and then having just absolute shit games. So I think in Worlds, you know, he's going to be looking for some more solo kills to prove himself, but I really don't think solo kills are going to prove it. He needs to win games and just carry his team, play consistently throughout the World Championships while also getting the solo kills. I think he really needs to step up a little bit. And then you've lastly got Maple, who's just, I love Maple. I love watching him play. He's definitely one of the best mids in the LMS or the Flash Wolves. He's been around for so many years now as one of the top mids. Hasn't really come over to one of the big scenes, but definitely one to look out for at the World Championships. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments and enjoy the World Champs.